Alright, it's been a little over half a year since my patch 1.22 tier list video, and I've made a lot of changes to my tier list. If you remember from the video using the point system, I've made a lot of changes since then, and there are all the new heroes that I covered. So in this video, I'll first be going over the changes to the current heroes, and then I'll be placing in the new heroes, as you'll see. So let's start with looking at the old tier list here and the new tier list, and I'll name off the points that were adjusted. Alright, so first, Cleopatra, versatility -1. Murasaki Shikabu, support +1. Izanami, versatility -1. Titania, survivability -1. Archimedes, versatility +1. Faust, power +1. Gangjang and Moye, survivability +1. Hercules, versatility +1. Oberon, power +1, survivability -1, versatility +1. Aphrodite, versatility -1. Artemis, survivability +1. Chiron, potential +1, survivability +1, versatility -1. Hades, versatility -1. Poseidon, survivability +1. Zeus, potential -1. Gabriel, versatility -1. Loki, survivability -1, versatility -1. Ardeo, potential -1, versatility -1. Freya, potential -1. Morrigan, versatility -1. Odin, potential -1, power -1, support +1. Iset is still in the same rank, but she had power -1. And Oda Nobunaga, support +1. And here is the Excel file that I used to keep track of each hero's points that contribute towards their tier rank. I'm going to scroll down real quick, and you just pause the video if you need to see a particular hero's points. So, as a reminder from my last video, for the 5 attributes, potential is how good of an investment into the iconic weapon 600 the hero is. The power is the damage output. Support is how well they support the team. Survival is their overall health and defense, and how well they can stay alive. And versatility is how good they are across different types of gameplay, PvP, PvE, boss events, and then general events. So, looking at this, we're going to switch over to the TierMaker, and you'll see I have the list I showed you, but I also have the new heroes right there, because I want to go through each of them and explain. So starting with Hanzo, since he was first released after Ardeo. So Hanzo, he gets a 4 in potential because it does increase his damage output by not making the bounces have damage reduction, which is good if he is able to get many bounces per auto attack. His power is pretty high, so I did describe him like the Guardian Chiron, so you see they're very similar. And support, he does very little supporting the team. He can reduce the attack speed of one target and use his Shadow Clone to taunt and give the team a temporary break, but that's about it. His survival is 3, he's average, and then his versatility, you can use him in Crusade of Edda, you can use him in PvE, and I have seen him used in PvP. So all of that together nets him a score of 17, which puts him in Tier A. So he would go in Tier A alphabetically after Freyja. Alright, next person is Epona. So Epona, potential being 4, let's see, power 4, support 2, survival 3, and versatility 3. I don't see her too good for events, but I do see her pop up on PvP, and of course she is alright in PvE. And actually, since her main skill set is about crowd control via knocking down opponents and not so much damage output, this should be 3, while her support is 3, since she is giving a lot of crowd control. She's still the same rank and same points, so that puts her in 16, which is B+. So she would go right here. Okay, next is Sun Wukong. Wukong, he is a 3 for his potential, because I mentioned in the Wukong video it's conditional on his Abyss of Shadows. His power is 4 because it's him plus his shadow clones plus his regular clones can dish out a lot of damage. He does very little to support the team besides being a distraction with his Abyss of Shadows and his shadow clones. Survival 4 because he does have the Indestructible King passive that lets him take on more damage and last longer in the battle. And versatility 4. I see him in PvP at higher levels of Champions Arena, always good for PvE. And he is primeval for his divinity, so you sort of can use him for Crusade of Edda, since a lot of times people focus on Asterial and primeval. So all of that gets him 17, which is A. Right, Sun Susanoo, yep. Okay, next person is Horus. Horus is a 4 because his potential is really good because it will increase his Wind Feather Dive damage output. 5 because he has absolutely high DPS. Support 1 does absolutely no support to the team. Survival 2 because he has no survival skills and all he's reliant on is his dodge from his passive skill. And 4, can use him in PvP, PvE, and he's just overall good for bossing because he does focus on single targets. So that gives him 16 for B+. Alright, so next is Lao Shen. Lao Shen gets 3 for her potential because it's alright, just makes her healing go from 2 heroes to 3. It's an alright 600. 2, she doesn't do much damage output. She does heal with it, but it's not a lot of damage. But that healing and her aura from Deeppool does increase the amount of support she does. Survival 2 because she's a melee range hero with not many good skills to keep herself alive aside from her iconic weapon effect, which increases her damage reduction. And that's it. Otherwise, she and Joan of Arc being the 2 support heroes that are in melee range, but Joan has ways to keep herself alive, whereas Lao Shen doesn't really. So 2 for survival and 3 for versatility. She's good for PvE. I don't see her in PvP, however, she has Asterial as her main divinity, so if you want, you can put her in Crusade, just don't make her a solo pather. So All that together, 14 for B minus. Oops, after Loki, yes. Alright, next is Ymir. Ymir has 3 for potential. It's a slight increase to the percent max HP damage that she does with each of her skills for 600, so it's an alright one. It's not spectacular. She does alright damage with her ice heaves and all the thaw, freezing and thawing damage that she does. Support, that's her specialty because she does do the attack speed reduction and also protects herself with the frozen renewal. That's it. Survival, because of that, she's good at surviving. And versatility, for 3, like always, a good choice for PvE if you want. You can't really go wrong with any hero for PvE, except maybe there's a hero here or there that doesn't really work, but most heroes will work. She can be used in PvP. I have seen her paired along with the other UR heroes of her factions, so you can always do that. And altogether, she gets 17 for an A. So, right there, after Yi Sun Shin. Alright. Next is Aries. Aries, potential 4 because it increases his damage output, but it's not one of the great 600s. Power 4, support 1. He doesn't really look out for anybody else except himself, giving himself shielding and increasing his damage at the cost of his HP. Survival 3, because he does have ways to keep himself alive even though he does drain his current HP percentage. And versatility, PvE, and if you wanted to use him, like part of his skill set's good for bosses sometimes, others is good for mass groups. I'm leaving him at 3 for now. I'm thinking it's somewhere, it should be a 2, but I'll just leave it at 3 for now until we see more of him and see what he's capable of. So right now, let's leave him there. So all of that is for 15, which puts him in B. There we go. Okay, so this is the current tier list for now, with all of the new heroes added. If you have any suggestions of adjustments that should be made based on those 5 attributes, talk to me via Discord. It's easier to talk there than it is to talk on YouTube comments. So that's it. Patch 1.25. So there's your tier list, your overall tier list. Everything is included. PvP and PvE performance, events, boss, everything. So this isn't exactly your go-to guide if you're trying to look for PvP meta teams, or what's the best teams to go with for PvE. And really, with PvE, it's all about, you know, how much damage you can dish out. With almost any hero works. But I'll be doing a PvP meta teams video sometime in the future. So for now, see you.